you guys on, and welcome everybody to our new consultant training. It's the last one of the month. And so I've been talking with a bunch of you guys over the last couple days about virtual parties. And so I figured we would make this training all about virtual parties for you guys. Most of you guys, again, are brand new or within your first 90 days. Now, I know there might be some of you guys that watch the playback that have been with me for a while, and that's okay. Like I said, I'll never turn you away from training. If you want the training, I will always give you the training. So we're just going to kind of dive right in. So first things first, I want you guys to know that if you're ever at a point with your shows that you feel like you're not getting results, I want you to know that you can reach out to myself or Tiffany or Carolyn for the support that you need. Okay. I don't want you to ever have a schedule full of shows, feel like they're all failing, and feel like you have no one to turn to for help, because you're absolutely wrong. Okay. So let's kick that thought out of our minds, because anytime you start feeling like that, that's exactly when you do need to reach out to us so that we can help walk you guys through how you can turn around that show. Myself, I know when I was in Hawaii last week, I started 6 shows when I was in Hawaii. Okay. So I know for the first couple days, I really wasn't giving it my all as far as interacting with people. Now I had really, really good interaction. But then when I came home, and typically what you're going to find with the outline, the way it's written, is those first couple days are jam-packed for a reason, to really get people talking, okay? But at that point, you're going to see that your interaction is going to go from a really high place to kind of a medium place for the most part. So it's at that point when really that's when we need to be at the top of our game, is when we start to see that interaction dropping off. That's when we have to be, okay, so how can I turn this party back around? Instead of just kind of, letting it go and, keeping going with the same results we're getting, we have to start analyzing our parties, okay? So some of the key things I want to make sure you guys know that you're going to want to analyze are the numbers. When I talk about numbers, I mean how many people have clicked that they're going to your virtual parties. If you're looking at your screen and you're only seeing that you have like 5 people showing, okay, it's not enough. Because remember, 2 is going to be the host and you, right? So that would really only give you 3 people in your party. 3 people's not going to cut it. I'll tell you, when you have 3 people, you may have 1 interact, if even. So it's always going to be a numbers game. So just like a cooking show, numbers are the most important thing. Numbers of people in attendance are always going to be what drives your sales. If you don't have enough people in the party, you're not going to have the sales, you're not going to have the bookings, and you're not going to have the potential recruit leads. So that's the very first thing that I want you to kind of think about when you are looking at, and you're at a place where you're like, okay, so something is going on with my party, don't know what it is. So some of you guys have already had conversations with me in the last couple days, and that's the first thing I ask you. How many people are in your parties? How many of you, hey, Ashley, have you heard me ask you that before? How many people are in your parties, right?
Yes, and that one is still.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I have reached out to her, even mother-in-law, for her mom, and other family members. I'm like, look, please help a girl out.
Yeah. So the next thing that I want you to, so we're looking at the number of people that have clicked going, okay? Now, I want to make sure you guys all know about the secret spot, because if you have a host that's telling you, well, Yvonne, I invited 50 people to my party, I don't know why I only have 5 in my party. I want to make sure you guys know about the hidden spot within your parties, okay? And it's going to look a little bit different on the computer versus on your phone, but it is there in both spots. So I'm going to share my screen real quick with you guys. Okay, so let's just go into one of my parties. Oh, I'm not in my party. That's definitely not one of my parties. That's our team page. Okay, so when you're in your party, okay, and you go over here to the left side where it says members, if you click that, on the right side right here, now let's look at numbers. 25 is the amount of people that have clicked accept and joined my party, okay? 25 is a great number. And why would 25 be a great number? Because a quarter of them are going to interact, right? You're going to have normally around six people or so that are really engaged with the party. And if I walk you down through this party, that's exactly what you're going to see. So I have 25 total members that have accepted. Now, if you go over here on the right, you guys see where it says invited, unavailable, and blocked on my screen? If you click invited, it's going to show you another story. So remember how I told you you may have 5 people in your party group, but your host is like, I swear I invited 50 people to the group. Okay. When you click invited, it's showing you another story. So 25, remember, members is 25. That's the amount of people accepted. Now, if you see here where it says invited is 70, that means these are all people that have not yet accepted the invite into this group. So we have all these people that are just in what we call preview mode. So in preview mode, they're able to come to the party. They're able to see what you're doing, but they're not going to interact with you because they haven't accepted the invite. Does that make sense? Okay. So basically they're there just kind of, they can check it out if they want to, but they're not committed to actually participating. So here on the right side, you guys see how it says add friend, and then there's a spot with 3 dots. If you click that, you'll see where it says send reminder. So you can go down through this list and send reminders out to all of these people that have not accepted that invitation. Now, before you do that, I want you guys to think of timing. When are you clicking send reminder? If you're sending reminder at midnight, how many people are going to see that reminder? Okay, so you want to make sure that you send reminders at a peak time for Facebook. Everybody knows what the peak times are that I preach over and over again, right? Morning, very early in the morning, lunchtime, and the evening, anytime in the evening. So I would say anytime from 5:30 until 8:30 is when you would want to send that reminder in the evening time, because that's when Facebook has the highest amount of people, highest traffic on Facebook. So send those reminders out, okay? That might get you a couple extra 5 or 10 people to join because they just might not have seen that initial invitation to the group. Does that make sense? So that's one way that you can help jump your attendance. The second way, guys, is really, it's going to be all about getting that host engaged. You know, you guys have heard me say this already. It's just like a cooking show. If the host didn't show up, your friends are not going to show up either. Like, why would they want to come to a party and it's just the consultant and them? If the host isn't there, the guests aren't going to be there either. And so from day one, when you're host coaching, before the party ever starts, you need to make sure that that timing is ideal for your hosts. Meaning that, you know, if they're on vacation or they're sick or they're, you know, having a surgery or something like that, do you really think that they're going to be able to participate as much as they should? Probably not. I know if I was on vacation and I was scheduled to do a party, I may pop on there once or twice in the week, but I definitely wouldn't be able to give it my all with helping my consultant to have a great show. So make sure when you set that time and date for that party that they don't have any other obligations going on. Because you just don't, it's not worth it. So number one, it's not worth it. If you guys are spending the $6 or $7 to mail a host packet to people, right? If we don't do the host coaching, we're not going to get the results, which means you're not going to make the money to offset that expense. And now you're spending money just to spend money. If you're going to do this, you have to be willing to also do the work behind it. And host coaching is absolutely going to be the number one piece of a virtual party that you just have to do. So if you're mailing the host packet out and you're following the host coaching outline to a T from start to finish, you're going to get the results, because that host coaching outline is going to walk you through the fact that you need people in your group. If you don't have people in your party groups, again, it's the $6 or $7 of host packet that you potentially just wasted, okay? So your host and people in the group are going to be absolutely essential. If you do not know what I'm talking about with the host coaching outline, So just like we have our party outlines, right, that walk you through, you know, this is Sunday and here's all the posts. We have a host coaching outline also. So from the time you actually book the party to the time you're closing the party of what you should do with all that time in between. Okay. And I just posted that on our virtual party page again, so that it's up there at the top where you guys can find it. Okay. It's accessible for you. So make sure you're walking through that host coaching outline, you know, with them. Also in the new consultant section on our training document that is pinned on our team page, there's my whole system for virtual parties is right there for you guys. Okay. So here's the real Becky coming at you. If you're going to book the parties, you have to be willing to do the work for them. Okay. And that's just a real fact. If we have the mindset that we can just book parties and everybody's going to want to order, we're going to have bookings for life. And, you know, I'm not going to have to worry about asking for bookings or, you know, every party's going to be $1,000 show. I'm going to have recruits jumping out at me. It's just not a reality. And it's just really not what's going to happen. Lakin, you've been a consultant for a couple of years. Is that how it works?
No.
No. Right.
But it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I've been doing this for 8 years, guys, and I still go through ups and downs in my business, just like every single other consultant in this company. What will always set us apart from each other is the fact that when we're not getting the results that we want, we have to be willing to analyze it and say, okay, where did I make a change? Okay. Because if you were getting results before and now you're not getting them, most of the time something happened, or we changed something, or we're not doing something. Or B, you know, what am I having fun with my job? Because I'll be honest with you guys, and I know this is going to sound very cliche, but if you're not having fun with your job, the people are not going to have fun with you. If they're just not going to. And I know for most of you guys, you're virtual consultants and you're like, oh my God, how would they even know if I was having fun doing this job or not? I'm telling you, people know. People know when you're having fun, and people know when you're not having fun. People can read your words that you write when you're commenting back, and they can read into them to see whether you're having fun or you're just blowing smoke up their butts. Plain and simple, okay? So make a decision now that every party, no matter what, from the start to the finish, you're going to have fun with it, okay? Even if you're having a crappy party and you're not getting results, you still have to have fun, because guess what? Not every single party is going to bring you sales, but you're going to get something from every single party, okay? So I know you're like thinking right now, okay, Becky, so if I'm not getting sales for my party, why should I do this? Because every party has the potential to change your business. Every party can either give you sales, it can give you bookings, it can give you recruit leads, or it can also give you potential customers in the future. How many of you guys have a VIP group? Okay. And so every time you're doing a virtual party, you need to share that VIP group with those customers. Okay. Every party you're doing, share that VIP group. Let people join your outside group. Okay. Make it fun. Make it an experience. Now, did you guys know that you can connect your VIP group to every party? Did you guys know that?
Oh, yeah.
I
know it's in the outline. Oh, and I think it's Friday.
So let's show you how to do that real quick. Let's see. I already added it to all my parties. Let me let's go to an old party. Okay, so up here where it says more, if you're on a computer, you're going to click link existing group. Oh, that didn't click it up. Wait a minute. Is that the right place? It was like it didn't let me click the right. There we go. Link existing group. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find your VIP group. And mine will be somewhere in this hot mess. Where is my group? Now, how did my group disappear? Okay, anyway, you guys get the point. What you would do is you would take this group, you would click recommend, okay? And then you would click write post, and then that's when you can kind of introduce that group to that group, okay?
What are you
It
doing?
just puts a recommendation for them to join that group, okay? So again, you can do it from your phone also. Now let me unlink this group. Okay. These people are going to be like, what in the heck is she doing? Oh, I already have my group link. That's why. That's why I couldn't find it. See, look, you can't take me anywhere. So link your VIP group in every one of your parties, though, to give the potential for customers to join you. Okay. So that's one way of, if you have a party that potentially is going to end up being a flop, what we call them, you can still get something out of that party, no matter whether it's a future customer host, it's a booking, it's a couple sales, right? Or a recruit lead. If you have tried everything possible, guys, I'm just going to be a realist with you. Sometimes you're going to have parties where you have an active host, you have tons of people in your parties, you have all of the stars are aligning for your party, right? And you're just in yourself, you're like, oh my gosh, why is no one ordering? You're at the end of the party, you have no orders. Sometimes it's just not going to happen. Sometimes you're just going to have bad parties. It's going to happen. And we just have to accept that not every party is going to amount to something. But like I said, you have to also be willing to take what you get from every party. So if at the end of it, you don't have the sales, you don't have anything going for you, then that's when you really need to try to reach out for bookings. You need to try to reach out for people to join your VIP groups. And what I'm talking about is in the outline on the last day, how many of you guys have actually sat down and sent those messages out to people? Okay, every person, no matter what. Now remember, when you're doing that, make sure to spread it out throughout the day. You do not want to send like 75 messages out at one time to people, because then Facebook's going to yell at you a little bit. You're like, you need to slow down. So just make sure that you take some time to send all those messages out. But it's one of those things that we have to do. Okay, it's just something that we have to do in order to open the door for people. Now, you guys might have heard me talking in the last couple of weeks about sending friend requests out to people. So what I've started doing in my parties, so like I said, when I came back from Hawaii, I had really good interaction with these parties this week. I have 6 parties going on, okay? No, 5, because 1 canceled. I have 5 parties going on. So all of my parties have really good interaction. One of them is at $600 in sales. One of them is at $300 in sales. One's at $160, and 2 of them are absolutely at 0. Okay, so I have a goose egg. But what I kind of realized earlier in the week was that I hadn't brought my personal aspect to things, right? I hadn't brought Becky to the party. Like when I was in Hawaii, I was more worried about, okay, I just got these parties started, let the parties go. I was interacting when I had time to, but when I came back to reality, I realized if I was going to salvage these parties, that I needed to do the work behind them. So I want to show you guys what I started doing with the parties this week. And it's nothing different except for it's a tool and a resource that I had at my disposal that I have not shared with you guys yet, which actually I'm getting ready to start or to share the rest of them with you guys on our virtual parties group. So let me go back to the party. So if you haven't been a consultant for very long, Pampered Chef, as consultants, we tend to make a lot of recipes, right, with our products. Some ones that I would think of real quick would be like the brownie pan. There's so many different, recipes that you could do with a brownie pan, or stoneware pieces, or deep covered baker, or rock crocks, anything like that. A lot of consultants, we call those our power tools as far as our shows go. And so over time, as consultants, we normally will piece together recipe cookbooks. We call them e-cookbooks. So one of the things at our disposal is the fact that we can send those e-cookbooks out to anyone, right? And it's just a way that we can provide an extra layer of service to people. So let me show you what I've been doing. Let me go down to the post. Okay, so the stoneware post. Okay, this is one that I really started kind of, working with. I didn't mean to click that. So you guys know how a couple times now I've showed you that a lot of people were like, okay, so these poll posts, what do we do with the poll posts, right? People comment with a letter, you know, and how do I react to that? So like, let's take this person as an example. She said, B, I have a stone, but I've never used it. Okay. So I said, what stone is it? Maybe I can send you a recipe book for it. And then she told me what stone it was. And we just had a conversation here. And then it got to the point where I said, hey, I'm going to send you a friend request, and then I'm going to private message you a cookbook for it. Okay, so what have I just done when I've done that?
3 things.
Open up the door for communication.
Okay, so there's one. What else? What else did I do?
Gave her a free gift.
Absolutely.
Made a potential contact.
Absolutely. Yes.
Set up engagement.
Engagement, right? So now remember what I've told you guys over and over again is that sometimes you have people that are just, they're there, they're in the party, they're watchers, right? Not everybody comments or participates, but you have a lot of people watching what you're doing. And when those watchers see that I'm going to take the extra time to make sure Suzanne gets a cookbook for her product that she commented on, what do you think the watchers are going to do?
They're going to start commenting to get their free one.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And that's what I seen when I started doing this earlier in the week, when I was on that post, and I'll show you some more examples. When I started really digging into those pieces, now number one, I've got like added friends, right? I've got all these extra Facebook friends. I've started conversations with them. I've taken the conversation outside of the party to a private place where we can talk. I've built a connection with them. I got them to drop their guard down because they accepted my friend request. They know that I'm there to service my customers because I'm taking time out to make sure that they have a cookbook that's going to benefit them with their product. And, you know, it's just a way that people are like, oh, wait, you're setting yourself apart from everybody else, okay? The more you can set yourself apart from other people, that's when people are like, wait, this chick is awesome, right? She's willing to send me a free cookbook. I've got all these extra recipes now to use this product. She really cares about her customers. That's their thought process. So, okay, so Amanda says C, and she'll post a picture. You know, so we have this little conversation, and again, we kept going back and forth. She was showing me all of her stoneware pieces that she had, and I'm like, holy cow, look at all these stoneware. I mean, guys, look at this beautiful stone. Look how dark that is. It's gorgeous. So again, it's 9 years old. Do you need any new recipes for the pizza stone or the large bear pan? Becky, that would be awesome. Okay, I'll send you a private message. I sent you a friend request so it's easier for you to find it. Me and this girl talked for like an hour after this whole interaction in this party group, right? I'm like, you know, she's telling me about her kids and her friend or her, you know, family and all this stuff. And what is Becky thinking when I have this customer that's opening up?
Party.
Yeah. If she starts saying, oh, Suzanne, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've got 3 kids. You know, I love Pampered Chef. What should we be thinking as consultants?
What a great opportunity.
Yeah, right? Hey, maybe she's my next potential recruit. Just saying, you know, maybe she would want to earn some extra money. She already loves the products, right? She loves the products. She stay-at-home mom. She's participating like crazy in this party. She would make a great consultant. I can already see that. And so that opens the door up for a conversation about recruiting. So right here, this one right here, she doesn't have any stoneware pieces, okay? And so again, that created a conversation of, oh, so why don't you have any stoneware pieces? And so we just had a conversation about that. Again, you know, multiple people. I mean, you guys can see they're dropping pictures of the stones. We're having these conversations. And I'm getting friend requests. Like I'm, you know, making new friends on my party. So I've done that with all 5 of my parties that I had going on. Now remember, I told you 2 of them haven't qualified, right? 2 parties haven't qualified, 2 have qualified, 1's almost qualified. So guess what? Those 2 parties that have not yet qualified and are 0 sales, I've booked 2 parties from each one of those shows. Okay. So remember how I said some parties are going to be absolute goose eggs? And we have to salvage something out of them? So is it worth it if I had 0 sales, but I end up with 2 bookings from each one of those parties?
Yep.
Absolutely. Because guess what? That next party might be my $1,000 show. So I just challenge you guys, let's think about the process. How can, if we're having a bad party, how can we salvage it? Okay. What results can we take away that are going to be positive? Because I promise you, when you start feeling defeated, when you start, oh, I'm terrible at this. I'm a terrible consultant. I'm not getting any sales. What am I doing wrong? Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. Why did I even sign up to become a Pampered Chef consultant? Becky lied to me. She said this was going to be easy. First of all, Becky never told you it was going to be easy. Ever. Okay. Is there any job in the world that's easy?
No.
No, right? Any job that's going to be worthwhile is going to take work. I mean, hence the name work, right? Work implies work, right? It requires effort. It requires us to do our piece and our part all the time. So just understand that every party, just like we want our host to show up to the party, as a consultant, we also have to show up to work. Does that make sense? Yep. If we're asking them to do their part, but we're not doing our part, because it's like, oh my gosh, this is so time consuming. Oh, how am I going to manage this? If you follow the systems that we have in place for you, after you've done some parties, it's going to get easier and easier and easier for you. The first couple, I know they feel a tad bit overwhelming. Yvonne, are they overwhelming at first? Yeah, right? How many of you guys have ever started a new job? Mm-hmm. Everyone, right? Okay. And is your first week ever easy at a new job? No, because you're learning, right? You're learning all the ins and outs of that job. You're training, you're learning something new, maybe something you've never done before. You're working with brand new people. The people that you're working for are going to be different. The people you're working with are going to be different. It's no different just because you're a Pampered Chef consultant. Okay? Give yourself some grace and understand it's going to take a little bit of time till you find your groove. Okay? If you're a week or 2 weeks into this, and you're like throwing your hands up in the air like, oh my gosh, I just can't do this. I want you to think about what I just said. I want you to think about the fact that when you started your very first job or the last job you started, you didn't know what you were doing right away either. And so you have to give yourself to kind of acclimate to it. You have to figure out the ins and outs of it. And you also have to be willing to ask for help when you need it. Because, like I've told you before, I was not blessed with the psychic abilities, unfortunately. So if you're struggling, I don't know, right? I don't know that you're struggling unless you say, hey, Becky, can you help me out? But if you say, hey, Becky, can you help me out? Ashley, am I going to help you out? That's what I'm here for.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
And I love the living crap out of her, so.
I would rather every one of you guys send me 20 messages a day asking for help than to 30 days down the line, you come to me and say, you know what, I don't know what I did wrong and I can't do this and I didn't have any parties that, ever made any money, blah, blah, blah. But you never came to me that I could help you. Okay, I've been doing this for 8 years. I kind of know a little bit about what I'm doing. I mean, just a little bit, maybe just a little bit. Tiffany knows just a little bit. We all know just a little bit. But on a serious note, though, we both have to do our parts. Okay, we both have to know when we have to ask for help. I still ask for help. You know, I may not have the best upline, but I have lots of friends that I can always reach out to and ask for help, ask information, you know, ask for advice. And that's exactly what we're here for. We're here to help each one of you guys have the business that you want to have. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to be the rock star. Doesn't mean you have to be the top seller of the Wolf Pack. Doesn't mean you have to be, you know, recruiting 25 people in a month, which that would be awesome if you were. But, you know, it doesn't mean you have to be, you know, the end all be all of everything. Maybe you just want to be that consultant that does $500 in sales a month, you know, makes a little bit extra money to pay a bill or, you know, take your husband out to dinner or whatever you want to do with it. If you're happy, then I'm going to be happy. But if you want to be that rock star consultant, if you want to go to the Carolyn promoting to a fast track director, Carolyn, if they listen, will it happen? If they're willing to listen to Tiffany and I, follow directions, you know, give 100% to what you're trying to do, it can happen for you too.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, you know, yes, we're all going to have those times where it's like you're beating your head against the door and you're not getting the results that you want at that current moment. But just like you got there feeling bad about yourself, within 24 hours, that feeling can change to pure joy and success. Okay. Lakin, I'm going to bug you for a second. Lakin has had her moment. She's been a consultant for a while. She's had her periods where she's questioned whether she wanted to keep doing this, right, Lakin? And sometimes you just have to be willing to say, hey, Becky, can we talk?
Yeah, we just did that.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes growth is slow and sometimes growth is fast. And it's going to depend on a lot of different circumstances for each one of us. But if you're willing to give 100% to it, I'm also willing to give 100% to you. Okay? So I don't want you guys to ever get to the point where you feel like you're alone and you feel like you're failing and you feel like you don't have anywhere to turn, because you do. Okay? You absolutely do. I will tell you, if you're in a virtual party though, and you're halfway through the virtual party and you're just like, okay, it's crickets in here, I'm not getting results I need, don't be afraid to reach out to me and say, hey, Becky, can you come be a set of eyes for me? Okay. I don't mind being added to your virtual parties. I'm not there to criticize you at all, guys. Okay. I am just there to say, hey, so check this out, check this out, check this out, and try this. Okay. I'm never going to be like, oh my gosh, Suzanne, you're the worst consultant ever. What are you doing? You should never do another party. No, not my place, not my job. Okay. But what I am there to do is to help steer you in a direction that might turn your party around and might give you different results and help you to think through a different set of eyes. Sometimes we just need that other set of eyes to see it. Give us some ideas, and then we can turn the ship back around. Okay? Because I'm telling you, you can change a party. You can change a party all the way up until the last day if you really want to. So let's talk about that for a second. So we get to the end of the party, and we're at a goose egg, right? We have 0 sales. We've reached out to all the people. We have 0 bookings. We have 0 recruit leads. Right now, we're just showing zeros all over the board. Host packets. How many of you guys mail your host packets? How many of you guys are sending packets out? Good. They are your saving grace. Okay? So I know a lot of times that people are like, why do we send a host packet for a Facebook party? Well, here's why. If you follow the host coaching outline, you're going to know that we encourage the host to collect at least 5 outside orders from the party, right? Outside of the Facebook party. Now, why do we do that? You guys think all of your friends and family are on Facebook? No. And actually, if you're working within a millennial generation, meaning the 20s to 30s, over half of them are no longer on Facebook anymore. Do you guys know where they're at? They're on Instagram, okay? A lot of people have turned and left Facebook, and they're kind of spending more time on Instagram than they are on Facebook. And so that host packet's really important, because if you have a host that, you know, she's inviting all of her friends and family from Facebook, but let's say those friends and family that she invited to Facebook are people like those millennials that they have a Facebook account still, but they're never there. Or they're inviting the older crowd of people that check Facebook once or twice a week, or once if they're lucky. That's why sometimes you're not getting participation in your party, because it's the group of people that have been invited. So I've done parties where I've had 25 people, you know, that accepted the invite initially, and then it was like they disappeared off the face of the earth, and I have no idea where all these people went. And it's because they don't check Facebook every day. You know, we live there because we work there, right? We're on there every day because that's our job. But not everybody's like that. Not everybody goes on Facebook every single day. And so we have to take that into account, and that's where that host packet comes into play. So if you have a party like that you're into the party, you know, you started it, you're doing your host coaching, you're going to see that we encourage people to collect the orders. If you get to the end of the party and you're at a goose egg, you go back to that host packet. So Yvonne, you know, right now, you know, the party I've done 7 days of posting for you. Unfortunately, we don't have, you know, enough for a qualifying show. I would still love to see you, you know, earn some free products. So if you collect $200 in sales with those catalogs I mail you, you're still able to earn host rewards. Okay. So if you're at that point, what you as a consultant have to do is be willing to have that conversation with them. And I know it's going to be like, gosh, well, she's going to be like really upset because she didn't, you know, earn anything. Well, guess what? She still can. Okay. So don't take that ability for her to still earn products away from her by not reminding her when you're at that point. Okay. So again, it goes back to the conversation we had a couple minutes ago, that if they're going to do their part, we have to be willing to do our part too, right? We have to meet in the middle with our hosts every single time, no matter what. All right. So any questions? Did you guys take anything away from that? Is your head spinning a little bit?
More host coaching.
Host coach, host coach, host coach. Yes.
Becky, I have a question for you.
Sure. Go for it.
If we add you to our virtual parties and you see something where there's an opportunity that we're missing, will you chime out to us, or should we be asking you all the time?
I cut the end of that, but you cut off in the beginning.
I hate that. I'm on my cell phone. I apologize.
That's okay.
If you see something in our virtual parties, will you proactively reach out to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes. Your fundraiser party, I don't need to coach you on anything because you're doing an amazing job with it. Yeah.
It just said 800.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. So you just, again, you know, if you add me to a party, ask Carolyn. Carolyn, you added me to a bunch of your parties, and what did I do? I looked through them, and I gave you some tips, right, to try to help turn them around, and we had some discussions about it, and, you know, that's really it. I can give you lots of ideas. I mean, like I said, when I started doing virtual parties, guys, it was 6 years ago. Like, I've been doing virtual parties for 6.5 years of my 8 years. There was me and 4 other girls that actually started Facebook parties for the Pampered Chef Company. So that's how long I've been doing these. So I've got lots of ideas to turn them around. You just have to, like I said, you just have to be willing to reach out and you know, it's one thing though if I say, try this, 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 and this, and this. But then if you don't try them, then it's really not worth it, right? So if you're going to ask, be willing to do the work on the other side of it. So who else has questions? I don't know, but I love Carolyn Elrod's picture. Relax, nothing is under control. That is so true. Oh my gosh. It's never under control, especially my brain. All right, Deb, do you have any questions at all?
Sorry, I had to mute you there for a while. My dog was barking.
Oh, that's okay.
No, I don't have anything right now. I need to go back and watch the beginning of on the replay.
Okay.
Since I didn't get in the first like 20 minutes almost.
Did you get a haircut?
Yes, I did.
It looks good.
Thank you.
I love it. Haircut always makes you feel good. Oh wait.
Well, I put together packets, you know, to mail out, and I'm going to do some videos on my products. I still have to do my unboxing, and so I need to get some videos up for that kind of thing.
Awesome.
And but I signed up to hopefully do the booking blitz.
Yes. That was what I was getting right in with. So if you haven't already sent me a message to let me know you want to participate with the booking blitz, make sure you do that. So we're going to start the booking blitz. It was something that we announced on Sunday during the team meeting that we had. So we're going to do a team-wide booking blitz Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to break up into 2 different teams. We're going to have a little friendly competition going on, and there's going to be some prizes. And really the whole goal is to book May parties, right? Because we also talked about May and June are our free-for-all months for the fall products, okay? So I want to see you guys earning those fall products for free. And so it's like the perfect time between that. And then we also have our Chasing Stars program starting next week. So that's the last thing. If you are looking to promote to a director, you're looking to do that fast track to director program like Carolyn has done and earn that $500 cash bonus, then you want to make sure that you have also messaged me about that, because I need to add you into the group. You need to kind of, comment and commit on the little requirements thing for the program. And then we actually start that on Thursday night. I'm really excited about the program. It's going to be just what you need. So if you're doing the booking blitz this weekend with us, you're going to walk into this program hopefully with the bookings that you need to start this program. So, but part of that program that I told you guys when we started, it's all bookings focused in the beginning to make sure everybody's calendars are where we need them to be in order to really move forward to work on the rest of the stuff, right? Because we have to have the bookings. If you don't have the bookings, you really can't move forward trying to promote as a director, because you have to start with shows, okay? So if you want to do the Chasing Star program, make sure I know, but no later than this weekend. But if you want to do the booking blitz with the team this weekend, make sure I know that by tonight, early in the morning at the latest, because I'm going to do the teams in the afternoon tomorrow before I go to my cooking show. So. All right, anyone else have questions? Last chance. Forever hold your peace. Malachi! Hi, buddy. Oh, he's smiling. Look at him. He's so cute.
Hey, it's Becky. I like Becky.
He's so sweet.
He has a question. I don't know what his question is, though.
He's talking to me. That's unusual.
I know. He has
All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great evening. Like I said, I'll be in touch with those of you guys that are participating in the Booking Blitz this weekend. And then those of you guys that are starting with the program next week, I'll be in touch with you also. All right? Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. If you have cooking shows, good luck with your cooking shows. I need all the good luck I can get. Have a good night, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.